Hello there, Sully here, the Retired Tanker Yanker. Welcome to Transitions, my YouTube channel. Remember, if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, or it might be over here, I don't know. And be sure to like and share this video. I've decided to go off base a little bit today and talk about something that is of interest to me and something that I follow a lot on YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube channels which feature people who debunk all the flat earthers out there. Now, come on, let's use a little common sense here. The earth is not flat. Now, I see these people who promote the flat earth theory by saying things like, oh, well, we have this disk and it's the flat earth thing and there's an ice wall around it and the North Pole's at the center and there's a big dome over it and the sun is a fixed light and the moon is a fixed light. Well, I have only one thing to say to people who believe in this flat earth model. If the sun is constantly circling around a flat earth, how come it seems to go down over the horizon? If the earth truly were flat, we should be able to see all the way to this ice wall. And if the sun and the moon are fixed in the sky, we should be able to see it 24/7. And they say, well, the sun is not an omnidirectional star putting out light in every direction. It's a fixed beam. Well, still, you'd be able to see it. If the sun is over here in the daytime and it's over there at night, you'd still be able to see it. Yeah, it would look like it's farther away, but you should still be able to see it. And you should see it shining the beam. Do you ever see a spotlight? Do you ever hold a flashlight up at night and you can see the light beam going out? Well, if the sun is a fixed beam of light and it's over there, so it's not shining its light on us right now, we should still be able to see that beam of light. We should still see this light source. Now, the horizon exists because of the curvature of the earth. It's that simple. We see the sun rise up over the Atlantic Ocean here in the United States, and we see it set down over the Pacific Ocean. And it disappears over the horizon. Why is that? Because the earth is round. That's why. The earth is rotating on its axis. That's why. I mean, it is so simple. People say, well, if the earth is round, how come the water doesn't fall off of it? Because, well, you think from a perspective, I'm on this flat earth. And that's everything is going down, or this flat earth disk is hurtling through space. And that's what's causing us to stick to the earth. Well, it's gravity. Now, I have seen this phenomenon, believe it or not, at the Delaware River, where the distance between the Pennsylvania shore and the New Jersey shore is approximately a kilometer. For those of us who live in the United States, that's 6/10 of a mile. And there's a little inlet right across from Point Pleasant Park, or Pleasant Hill Park, where you can see across the river where the Rancocas Creek flows into the Delaware River. And there's a marina back there. You can see boats coming out of there. And when they're coming out of there, you can't quite see the bottom of the boat, because the horizon created by the river, now of course there's trees and on the banks and things up, but you can still see that the bottom of the boat is not visible, that the boat seems to rise up from the water as it comes out of there. Now we're talking about less than a mile here, and you can still see the effect of the curvature of the earth that way. My brother, Abba Shalom Bill, was a model rocketeer all his life. In fact, when we buried him, we put one of his rockets in his casket with him. But I've watched model rocketry videos on YouTube, and they're out there and they're great. And some of these people launch model rockets with cameras in them that go well up over 100,000 feet. Some of them have gone as high as 200,000 feet. And maybe it's just the way that I'm able to see things, but you not only see the curvature of the Earth at that altitude, at the horizon, you see the curvature of the Earth going away from the camera. Now, flat earthers and space deniers say that, oh, okay, well, that's all CGI, all these pictures from space. Okay, show me a picture of this flat Earth disk taken from space then. Oh, we can't go that high. There's a dome blocking us from getting that high. Okay, they have a convenient answer for everything. And when you try to say, why does the sun rise out of the ocean? Why does it set over the ocean? Why is it if you're looking across Lake Michigan at Chicago, you can't see the bottom of the buildings? Oh, it's called perspective. Perspective? Well, here's perspective for you. If the Earth was flat and it's surrounded by this ice wall, no matter where you are on the Earth, you should be able to see the ice wall. Because it was flat, you should be able to see the end of it. So here's the bottom line. The Earth is round. It's been proven. It was proven by the Mayans 25,000 years ago. I mean, people like Copernicus, Aristophanes. These people proved that the Earth is round. So there's just, why people insist on saying, well, the truth is out there and the Earth is flat. Okay, well, I think it was Joseph Goebbels who said, tell a lie enough and people will believe it. So the Earth is round. That's it. The proof is out there. I've seen the proof. We've been to space. We've been to the moon. Well, that's another thing. How come we haven't gone back to the moon? Well, remember that when the Apollo program ended, it was actually cut. 3 flights were taken out because in 1973, this country had just come off a period of great prosperity, and we hit a recession, which was the worst economic downturn since the Great Depression of the 30s. And people were losing their jobs, tax revenue was falling, therefore the government didn't have the money. We're going back to the moon and even to Mars because private sector individuals, people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, are investing their personal money, and they're getting investors on board to fund private enterprise to the moon and to Mars. SpaceX, Blue Origin, and they're working with NASA. And this is saving our government money, and it's allowing people to get rich in our capitalistic system, which I guess isn't a bad idea. And it advances science. Now remember, people say, well, if you believe in science, you must be an atheist or don't believe in God. There's a lot of scientists who believe in God. People say that evolution is a lie. Well, Darwin was a devout Christian. All he said was, this is what the evidence has shown me. Come up with a better idea. Come up with a better explanation. Or accept this theory as most likely the way it happened. And people think evolution, well, we started out as a monkey. No. What it is saying is that primates at one time had a common ancestor. That's what evolution is. Dogs had a common ancestor. There was, they probably started out looking like wolves. What happens is, it's called surviving. You pass on the best characteristics. People who have weaknesses, they don't survive to procreate. The strong survive. The strong procreate. If you want to see evolution in action, just look at bed bugs. Anybody who's had a bed bug infestation can tell you. They'll spray an insecticide, and it'll kill 98% of the population. Because 2% of the population are not susceptible to that pesticide. So that 2% procreates, and their progeny have this resistance. And because bed bugs are so prolific, that's why you'll spray and you think, okay, I got them all. Well, we got 98% of them. But those 2%, the population grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. So that's evolution in a nutshell. Okay? Now, if you're a Christian and say, well, evolution isn't the way it says in the Bible, how do you know that wasn't a simple way of explaining it? You say, well, God created man. And I don't like to touch on religion, so this is just an observation. How do you know that evolution wasn't God's plan? And the explanation in the Bible is just a simple thing. How do you know the Big Bang wasn't God's plan? I've even heard evangelicals say, yeah, I believe in the Big Bang Theory, I just know what banged it. Okay, well, that's reasonable. If you think that nothing can happen unless an outside force acts on it, you know, go with it. And of course, the Big Bang wasn't an explosion. According to the Big Bang, everything in the universe just compressed and compressed and compressed to the point where it couldn't compress anymore, and it just started expanding. And it expanded at a rapid rate. So, you know, it wasn't a giant explosion. It's just expansion of the universe. So, all I'm saying is when somebody gives you an explanation, try to understand it a little bit. And I don't understand everything, and I don't know everything. But if somebody can give me a reasonable explanation, I will take it into consideration. I won't buy it out of hand. But the thing is, of all the evidence I've been given, there is no evidence of a flat Earth. The evidence overwhelmingly convinces me that the Earth is a globe and that gravity is real. So, take it for what you will. Remember, be sure to subscribe, like, and share this video, and drop a comment. I'm still shy of my 100 subscribers, but I'm getting closer. I think this morning I had 93, and if I hold a few more, maybe by the end of this month, I'll be well over that 100 that I have been shooting at. And then from there, I just want this channel to grow. So if you share this video on Facebook and you want to drop a comment, be sure to go into YouTube to put your like and comment. And if you want to subscribe and you can't, it's probably because you don't have a Gmail account. So the easiest thing to do is just open up a Gmail account and use it as a second email address. I mean, you got to sign up for these things, and you say, well, I get notifications, you know, and they fill up my inbox. You know, this is just another inbox to fill up. Well, you know what? That's what I used Gmail for until I started vlogging on YouTube. It was just my spare email address. It wasn't my primary email address. It still isn't. But it's how I do business on YouTube. And just open a Gmail account. It's real simple. You just go to, you probably have the app on your phone, especially if you have an Android. Just open the Google account and go to Gmail and just set up your own account. Once you have a Gmail account, then go to YouTube, come to my channel, watch my videos, and subscribe. Remember, you're helping me. Okay, as I'm recording this, it's Wednesday, and my plans are to take a trip out to Slippery Rock, leaving Friday morning, and probably be back sometime Sunday afternoon. Going out there with a couple friends. I'm going to look up some my friends who still live out that way, and hopefully have a good time. Visit North Country Brewing, and have a few beers and see the dogs that come out there on Friday afternoon to their yappy hour. That's at their brewery, which is located outside of town. It's not at their brew pub, which is located on Main Street in town. But that's my plans for the weekend. So, thank you very much for viewing. This is Sully, the retired tanker yanker. Safe and happy travels.